They'll be calling you a radical. Hi, Kevin Blanch. We're going to talk about fucking the tree. I think it is a metaphor to the ignorance movement. I think it is the biggest metaphor to the artistic, repressive society that we live in. I think it's the biggest metaphor maybe in the history of the world. How many people drive along I-80 every day? Literally millions of people have seen this tree. This tree is one powerful, powerful piece of iconic cultural art. Incredible powerful. On the inscription on the plaque, it is Ode to Joy from the philosopher. His statement that he's making as you go across the lake exactly on the other side of the north side, you see my videos from the spiral jetty. Why is the spiral jetty the most powerful piece of environmental art? There are reasons. There are reasons. As Smithson spoke so much about the designer of Central Park, and he talked about how man ruined it. How man ruined it, how nature's beautiful, freaking, and he got into this whole thesis. What do you think Ode to Joy on the bottom is all? What do you think he's doing here? What do you think the globes are on the one on the ground? You think it's a coincidence that Enviro Solutions is right there, Clean Harbors is right there, Enola Gay flew out of right there. We have the highest incidence of cancer in the world right here. This is the atomic genre. And another thing a lot of people don't realize, and a lot of writers come to me, says, you're the first one I've ever heard expose that and say that. Warhol was born the day little boy was dropped. He was born August 6th. That was his, or excuse me, not born, excuse me. His 17th birthday. I think it had a huge effect of it as this atomic genre, this nuclear cycle of ignorance. This is the greatest metaphor ever, as I have to apologize to Nancy Holt in my other videos. As I say it, we have to step back and view from the broader perspective. So I'm practicing what I preach. As my other video was tight shots from the broader perspective. That's what great environmental artists do. That's what all great artists do. As Thomas Ackerman up there in Canada says, it's about a breakthrough. Post-ignorant breakthrough. That's what they all have. As I'll tell you how ignorant this fucking state is. This state is so pathetically fucking ignorant. It's the most repressed society. It is the art illiterate capital of the, not of the world now, in the history of mankind. Ever. These ignorant, dogmatic fuckers, as it is Karl Mormen, not Mormon. It is a mosaic. It is a mosaic. I tell people it was my big house. They took my big house, and I talked to the guy who had two major giant mosaics in there that I had spent 1,500 hours a piece on it. They were grand. I told the guy that ended up thrashing that great environmental piece of art of my own, how come you tore the mosaics out? You know what he said to me? What's a mosaic? This is a mosaic. The tiles are starting to fall off, so what does Utah do? They put a fucking fence around it. He donated to the state of Utah. It is an incredible, incredible, metaphorical, gigantic metaphor to the ignorant movement. From 1980 to present is the great epic ignorant movement. And that's not a commentary, that is a documentary proven fact. This is the most ignorant people in the history of mankind. It is repression via fake radical masquerading, marauding fucking mass murder Christians in hairspray. That's what it fucking is, and this is the metaphor. I think this will go down in history as the great, and watch, mark my words, Utah won't fix it. They won't fix it. I volunteered to fuck with a group of artists. We volunteered to fix it for free. It's very simple to fucking glue those fuckers back on there as they're coming off. This will go down, I believe, as the most iconic piece of art of the epic ignorant era. People have no fucking clue about it. Oh yeah, that's stupid. I read a fucking article on the internet. This Roadside magazine had written about the tree. Utah's pathetic attempt at fucking environmental arty rights. Utah? Utah didn't build this fucking tree. One of the greatest artists in the history of fucking our generation built this tree. It's a powerful metaphor to ignorance, and he put it here for a reason. As Nancy Holt did the sud tunnels. Smithson's jetty, which is the jetty, he did it exactly. You go exactly that way. And one other metaphor. You start walking this way from the back of the jetty, from the back of my house, from where I live on the edge of the lake. You walk. You stay on that exact dynamic and that exact parallel. You stay on that exact parallel. You will not run into one city, one town, probably not one person, all the way across the Pacific until you run into Fukushima. It's on the exact coordinates. This full circle, as I call it, the nuclear vagina, the nuclear triangle, the fucking diamond. I think these 4 iconic pieces of art, as the causeway, you know I've been up there, is a perfectly straight line that splits that lake in 2, that makes it green on one side and red on it. It is a piece of environmental art, unintentional piece of environmental, but it's still there. This intentional, as it is paying homage to Smithson in so many ways, and the nuclear nightmare, as we're the cancer capital of the world, we're the autism capital of the world. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Kevin Blanch.